Hello everyone, Aram, Mayhem, Zilean. Crazy game. Absolutely crazy. Near the mid and end of the game, I maxed out the achievable ability haste. Absolutely crazy. So, at this point in time, I was asking chat, what should I build? I think I had, Devil. The augment for Devil was the Teemo. I had some other augment, and then I re-rolled, and they ended up getting Eureka, which in itself is already broken on Zilean. So, like, already it's a fantastic start. Arnami did high roll. Mikhail's Blessing comes in clutch later in this game multiple times. Especially this game, we're focusing on keeping the Yasuo and Kaisa alive. Not too much of the Malzahar. Generally, the threats for this game were generally the Zed and the Briar. But as you can see, I'm starting off with 40 ability power and not much in terms of ability haste. But you're going to see that over time. I think once I get my first other augment outside of Eureka, it's going to skyrocket. And I almost become like a B2 bomber, just dropping bombs on everybody. So as you can see, we have 47 ability haste already. That's already not that bad. But the goal right now is to just focus on slowing and stunning the best we can early game, so we get an advantage. So I believe, what is it, Masani, the Yasuo, we were discussing, they do have a very beefy team. So if they do end up getting ahead, which we'll see at some point, they end up pushing us quite a bit. It's very hard to kill them. But our team worked really, really well together for this. So at some points, I'm going to go shut up, let the gameplay speak for itself. It was a very sweaty game on my part. I was really just spamming. I was playing like Machine Gun Rise almost, but on a Malzahar. Obviously, in the bottom left, you're going to see my cooldowns. You're going to see at 500 ability haste, or even when it was like at 300, 400, the ultimate cooldown actually was crazy. I think we get to like some ridiculous, like, max ability haste Lux ultimate times. So stay tuned for that.
The fruits of patience.
So the one goal that I had for this game was, outside of stunning and slowing, was managing my mana. So I run into multiple mana problems throughout the game, especially when the cooldown reduction goes through the roof. I did bring Clarity to obviously give me some mana, but I burned through mana super, super quick. So as you can see already, the Briar's already doing some work. But the Caitlyn actually kind of tickles. That was an unfortunate trap. And there goes me. So I'm what, level 6 now? So I should get my ultimate, but I won't get my next augment until level 7. Because I believe it's level, well, you start the game, level 7, 11, and 15. Well, I did get my augment. I was level 7. Okay, so I got the augment that every time you get a takedown, a kill, right, with your team and stuff, right, an assist, you get reduced size, and you get additional haste. So you're paying attention, right? I have 81 haste now. Just pay attention to every kill we get. It's going to skyrocket. So we started off with 80-something. Now we're down to 113 ability haste. My ultimate is around 60 seconds, which for in itself is not that bad, also with 113 ability haste. But we're also going to go down to 121. And obviously you can look at the bombs. The bombs itself are already 4 seconds. My W is around 4 seconds, and my E is around, I would probably say 6 seconds. It's going to get to the point where it's almost instant casting. So as you already notice, I'm running out of mana. So especially with the Alistar dying already 5 times, the Caitlyn tickles, I'm kind of avoiding, really, I'm kind of focusing on the Zed or Briar, mostly the Briar. Especially if I can slow her, and I'm pumping the Yasuo. So once again, I got 176. My ultimate was under a minute already. And now instead of being 5 seconds for my Q and W, we're already at 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So we already shaved off 2 seconds. That's the Briar coming in. I don't have clarity. But now I have a 3-second Q on Zilean with almost 200 ability haste. So our ultimate's back up, 200 ability haste. Let's go see how long the cooldown for that is. I'm thinking, looking back at this, it's going to be quite low. I mean, at least for level 1. So 40 seconds. So we already shaved off 20 seconds from when we hit level 6, and we're level 10. No new items, nothing. I have 3,000 gold in the bank, 7,300, almost 7,400 now overall. We're 225 ability haste. Q's 3 seconds. And as you see, I'm running into mana problems. So I'm basically telling the team, I need the honey fruits, or the fruits essentially, so I can sustain my mana. So 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and obviously my E is still level 1, so the slow isn't there, but it's still 4 seconds. So now we're down from 40 seconds to 27 seconds. But as you can see here, they're actually starting to get a little bit tanky. It's a bit of a cause for concern, but we're still able to kite it out. But the only issue being, I'm 7-1, but I'm going to have like 4k gold on me. So I haven't spent the money. So basically 2 seconds on the Q. My abilities are like sub a few seconds at 253 ability haste. So once again, the goal I'm focusing here is making sure I'm focusing on the Yasuo and the Kaisa, but especially just the Yasuo. We're also dealing with the Zed and the Briar. Once again, especially the Briar. Because right now, with the Kaisa going kind of a hybrid build, and most of our damage AD-wise is going to come from the Yasuo. So if the Yasuo dies, and we can't kite heavily for the Kaisa, we lose a lot of our damage. Especially, well, at this point, well, they're not building tanky on their side yet, but thinking about late game. So it's a 25-second ultimate. Blowing through mana. I will say the Nami did kind of clutch up with the amount of heals. And, yeah, she clutched up. So nothing too crazy here. We're just pushing. They will push into us at some point before we get this tower. But for those who don't know, well, you probably heard the first few seconds of this, the maximum ability haste is 500. Which I thought would be a lot more, because in Arena, I think the max is a bit different, but I could be wrong if they changed it. So once again, the goal is to obviously protect the Yasuo. And then just CC locking. So as you can see, my Q and W now are 1 second apiece, 2 and 1 at 300. So now imagine more at 500. Now with the ultimate being level 2, we probably should see 20-second ultimate casts. Yeah, 21 seconds. Unfortunately, Nanami still dies to the train, which is unfortunate. So once I might get my Ida level 5, the 99% slow is going to make the game unplayable to them. So this is one of the next 2-3 deaths that I'm going to have back to back to back, and then we're going to get her, like, act together as a team. But the Briar, I think she's picked up just Tap Dancer just now. So she's just flying. So obviously the third augment I picked up was the Veigar stacking ultimate. Because if I'm already going to be spamming out abilities, I might as well just get more ability power. And more ability power, right, with Eureka, gives me more ability haste. So I'm going to have an infinite loop, essentially. Deal damage, AP, right? That more AP is going to give you more cooldown reduction. More cooldown reductions will let me do more damage, and so forth. So I'm not the richest person on my team. Generally the Kaisa is, but for what I'm doing, obviously I didn't have any damage to KS. I'm doing very, very well at this point. So 15-second ultimates. This is where I die again. It's the Briar that kills me here. I could have ulted. Maybe stalled them out a little bit. I wasn't thinking, but I didn't even expect to die from that. The Malzahar being 14 and 5 is really good. He does clutch up as well. With the constant silences, good ults on the Zed and Briar. So overall, our team worked really, really well together. But as you can see, they're starting to get extremely tanky now. Obviously with the Mundo with almost 1,000 stacks. He's also got a Warmogs now. Alistar with almost 1,400 stacks for his Heart of Steel. So they're, and as you can see, they're starting to build a lot of magic resist. And then, obviously, you notice I picked up Death Cap. So this should be my last death. So with picking up Death Cat, once again, I'm going to explain the cycle, right? Deal damage. Gives me AP. That AP is also amplified by Death Cap, which in return gives me ability haste. More damage, because of the ability haste, converts into more AP, which once again gets boosted by the Death Cap. And then obviously with takedowns, I'm getting more ability haste. So at the rate that I'm going, I kind of hit some crazy god tier builds. Where everything I do is just giving me more damage and ability haste. So Zed thought he was slick, picked him up. So at this point, I don't die. I don't think a single more time after this. So we're at 317 ability haste. And as you can see here, we're 14-second ultimates. Our Q and Ws are just seconds. And our E, I believe, is, what, 3 seconds? And this is at 355. Remember, we still got 500 ability haste to go. So we're permanent CCing, we're causing combo breaks, and we're permanent slowing, essentially. So whoever I target can't move and can't play the game. Especially with the Malzahar Silence and the Nami Bubbles, this game is generally a wash if we don't respect the Briar. But as you can see here, that Alistar is tanky. But that Briar can't play the game. She's just stuck in a single position. Same thing with the Alistar. Can't move, slowed, can't use abilities. We're at 415 ability haste right now. 12-second ultimates. And I should go back and I should grab the plant for mana because my clarity isn't up yet. And that plant really gives me mana. I have, what, $3,500 in the bank at this point. 17,000. Clutch Cleanse by the Nami. So we're almost at 500 ability haste. When I saw 500, I honestly thought it was going to go a lot higher. I was hoping to get like 1,000 and just have like permanent ultimates. So we're essentially 10-second ultimates at this point. Instant Q and WEs. I'm just rapid firing. This is where I made the comment of like a B2 bomber. I'm just throwing junk at them, but no mana. So these kills here should put me at 500 ability haste. There we are. So I think it gives you 3 ability haste per takedown, but because I'm also doing damage and it's amplified, right, I'm getting a lot more ability haste. But I also could be wrong. It could be 6 ability haste. Yeah, but I'm maxed out at this point, so my cooldowns are not getting any shorter. So 10-second ultimate on the dot. And instant bombs, instant resets. Unplayable. That's an unplayable game for these guys. Sad.